he shared a lot of things that he was like, Diego, this is just for you. I don't want this to come out in the show. I don't want this to, for the writers to know this. This is for you and for your performance and to help you. And that was really amazing.
Quería saber si quieres venir a Nueva York conmigo a platicar con Frank Sinatra.
Diego, thank you so much for being here with us here at Mitu. How are you?
Luciana, I'm great. How are you doing? It's a pleasure.
Good. Thank you. Something that a lot of people don't know is that you're actually doing the covers of the song while you're filming the series. So what can you tell us about that experience?
Well, that was one of the hardest things of doing this. This project really has been the most challenging project on every angle, producing, acting, singing, and the singing part especially, because Luis Miguel is Luis Miguel because of his voice and because of his music. I've been singing for, 22 years, but I'm not Luis Miguel, and having to sound like someone else and that someone else be Luis Miguel is insane. I had to literally pretty much learn how to sing again to, change my vibrato to his, how he pronounces vocals. And it was a trip, but it was thanks to Kiko Cibrian, who's the producer of the soundtracks, who also produced a lot of Luis Miguel's records, especially the ones from season 2. He had to reproduce songs he originally produced back in 93. So that was amazing.
We have a couple of questions from our audience at Mitu, and they were asking if you had any guidance from the actual Luis Miguel to play the role, any guidance from him.
Yes, we actually met like 3 or 4 times and we spent a lot of time together, which was great for me to absorb him, and really, see his mannerisms. And, I was like a sponge from the tiniest of details. I was trying to take everything in. And then he shared a lot of things that he was like, Diego, this is just for you. I don't want this to come out in the show. I don't want this to, for the writers to know this. This is for you and for your performance and to help you. And that was really amazing. And it was like, we shared this like secret between him and me, and it was very special to be able to spend time with him, especially, when most of these biopics, happen once the artist has passed away. Mm-hmm. So it was really an honor to be able to spend time with him.
Which has been your favorite song to perform so far, that you've performed on the show so far?
I'm such a big fan of all of his songs. Like right now you're asking me to choose 5 and I could, think of 25. I really like the moment of Hasta que me olvides in season 2. I think that's a very powerful moment. I love the musical moments in the show that give you context as to where that song comes from, and it's a song that you've been listening, for decades. And then you realize, oh, wow, this came from this or from, that event, and it just gives it a whole new life.
What were some of the physical changes you had to go through in order to play the older version of Luis Miguel?
I had to gain weight for season 2. I had to lose a lot of weight for season 1. I had to lose like 20 pounds and then I had to gain them back for season 2. And the craziest part of playing him in the older timeline was all the prosthetics that they had to apply. Yeah. And it took at first 6 hours. From 6 hours, it went down to 3 hours for the application because it was like surgical. I mean, what these guys do is an art. It's amazing. And we had Bill Corso, who's a 2-time Academy Award winning makeup artist who designed the whole makeup, applied by a team of Mexican makeup artists. And they worked together, which was really cool. And it was a process. And then it was trippy because I would end up with Luis Miguel's mask with his face. So all the mannerisms that I had studied for hours, all of a sudden were way easier to do because I had his face. So, I didn't have to do as much. And I was like, no, but it looks like I'm doing too much, but it was because I had his face. And then I was like, less is more, and playing the 2 characters was definitely the hardest thing of season 2. Cause it's like, it was literally like playing two different roles, him at the younger age and then him at the older age with all the different mannerisms and gestures and his voice and everything. It was an amazing challenge.
And then the last one to wrap, which is completely like off topic, but how many tacos can you eat in one sitting?
I eat a lot. So 10 to 12, especially if they're like small tortillas. Oh yeah.